I'm really proud of the way our guys competed this evening against an outstanding Utah team. Falling behind, our guys kept their poise and composure and really continued to battle. It wasn't an easy win. It was one that we really had to fight tooth and nail to get, and obviously the game could have gone either way. For us, I thought Jaheed did a great job of getting in the lane and creating shot opportunities not only for himself but his teammates. I thought John Gilling really responded to coming off the bench exceptionally well. I thought he really competed on defense, moved the ball exceptionally well on offense. I know at the half he had 6 assists and no turnovers. I don't have a final stat sheet what he ended up with, but and the icing on the cake was the big 3 he hit down the home stretch. I think we broke down a couple times on Loveridge early, and once he got it going, he was really a tough matchup for us. I mean, he really made some difficult shots and played a heck of a game. And you have to recognize Wright. He's a tough matchup as a big guard, has a great ability to get into the lane and finish. Any questions, please?
Coach, you've told us before that it's players that determine playing time. Can you talk about the work that Bo Barnes obviously has been putting in practice to get into rotation?
Well, for anybody who ever thought that a coach plays favorites, that's the best example that it's not the case. Bo hasn't played here. Even up until a couple of weeks ago, he was on our scout team. He originally came to Arizona team as a walk-on, and by sheer force of will and constant, relentless effort, he just kept saying, "You got to find a way to get me on the floor." And Kyle Dodge just told me we were plus 18 when he was on the floor tonight.
What did he show you in the last couple of weeks? Anything jump out the last couple of weeks?
When he's had opportunities in the game, sometimes just for a minute or two, the energy he's brought to our team has been fantastic and contagious. And little bit by little bit, his role continues to grow, and we're very comfortable right now, putting him in the game. And obviously he's been, the first sub for Shaq and Jermaine at the wing.
Can you talk about the decision to elevate Eric to the starting lineup and then what that entails offensively or defensively?
Well, never was it more apparent than when we played at Tucson last week that our size and athleticism is a problem. We've said every step of the way that our rebounding is a real challenge, and we got to be better at it. So we decided that we would give our team a different look and be able to play 2 ways. Eric has been getting better, and so we really created 2 teams within one. And it required a little bit of re-engineering, because obviously we have a different look when Eric's at the power forward as compared to John. And I thought it worked well for us in stretches today. We weren't able to, do it all the time, but that wasn't our intention anyway. And I thought John, once again, in his role, just was terrific tonight.
You touched on this a little bit, just how nice was it to see Jahi come through there with those 2 tries there at the end and kind of.
Well, they play a defense where they switch everything. It's a soft switch, and it's real containment oriented. And so, any screen you set, they're just going to kind of trade off, and you're kind of in the same place as you were before. So we really relied on Jahi's dribble penetration and his driving today. And, he had a number of big baskets for us, and, he had a great kick out to John at the top of the key.
Utah just came out shooting hot from outside in the first half. What were the adjustments that you guys had to make coming in the second half?
Well, it certainly wasn't anything strategic. We really talked about having to be much better with our on-ball defense. Early on, we got ourselves in trouble by not defending the 3 very well. We got caught on their hammer action backside. We went under a screen, and that kind of shifted the momentum in their favor. The other thing is, I thought we did a better job later guarding ball screens than we did at other junctures of the game.
Jordan talked earlier about the practices since the Arizona game being some of the best practices of the season. Did you feel that this team was able to go ahead and put the 2 past losses behind them pretty well, and tonight was just a testament to that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we really put the past losses behind us in that sense. I think we took a good, hard look at ourselves. And we had some honest conversations, and we put those right in front, you know. We didn't want to panic, but we wanted to be truthful. And I thought the guys really listened. They trusted the message. Nobody took it personal. But we decided collectively that, you know, we're going to have to do some things better, you know, to compete in this league. And I thought our guys really practiced the right way all week. You know, sure, we still had turnovers and breakdowns, but I just really like the way our guys have approached it. And we have good people, and that's what we expect them to do.
What was your reasoning behind not playing Igor tonight?
Well, there's only so many minutes, and you know what ended up happening is Bo Barnes got those minutes, and you know, Igor gave us that same kind of lift, if you recall, earlier in the season, most notably the game at UNLV. And sometimes that's what it takes over the course of the season. That's why you have a team. On one night, a certain individual will step up, and on another, maybe somebody else.
Coach, can you talk just about, you mentioned at the beginning of the season how depth was a concern going into the season, but you talk about the depth of this year's team maybe compared to last year, about where at the same time last year?
I think we're a little deeper right now, to be honest with you. Maybe not across the board, but in an overall sense, we're a little bit deeper.
Doug, Larry looked like he wanted to say something to you after the game. Can you shed any light what that was about?
Not really. He just was checking to see where would maybe you get a good place to get a bite to eat.
Jermaine's still a little bit tight and tender.
Yeah, I didn't think Jermaine moved real well tonight. You know, he said he was fine, but he had 1 or 2 days of practice, whatever, and I just never felt he was fluid or moving well. You know, he never got in sync. And I mean, I know he feels better than he did last week when he initially got hurt at the beginning of the Tucson week. But I just never got the sense that it was the same Jermaine tonight in terms of his ability to move.
He had some tough troubles at the rim a couple of times, rimmed out a bunch, but in the final stretch, he delivered on those plays. What does that say about Jahi?
Well, you know, I've said all along, I mean, I haven't been around many athletes who have the level of confidence that he does. And he's not one of these guys that if something goes south, you know, his confidence dissipates. He just has supreme confidence in himself, and you know, that's what you got to have to make those kind of plays, especially if, you know, the last shot didn't go in or whatever.
How about Jahi and Jordan with 3 fouls about 4 or 5 minutes into the half, and then 10 minutes without getting a foul for either one of them?
No, that was huge, and you know, it seemed like we did a lot of fouling tonight, 23 personal fouls, and you know, having Jordan and Jahi in foul trouble certainly made it slippery skating for us for a while.